morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is average Korean man from South Korea. Today I would like to talk about why so many teachers suffer from depression and why so many of them commit suicide here in Korea. Alright, I'm just going to stop at a rest stop and read you guys some information and statistics I brought. According to data released by the Ministry of Education, the number of teachers up to those who teach at high school who committed suicide since 2015 stood at 168. A total of 19 killed themselves from the start of the year through August in 2024. So from January to August this year, 19 teachers committed suicide. That means a little more than 2 teachers committed suicide every month this year until August. And notably, the number of elementary school staff seeking treatment for depression has surged 2.3 times over the past 5 years. Whoa. In 2023, the dropout rate among those either studying at teachers' colleges or being trained in elementary education programs increased by 34.5% from the previous year, with a total of 667 students simply dropping out. By the way, South Korea is one of the countries with the highest suicide rate in the world. I don't really know the reason for high suicide rates in other countries, but here in Korea, it's mainly because of extreme stress and extreme pressure from the society, from your family, from your workplace, and so on. Anyways, back in when I was in high school, and before that, in high school, middle school, and elementary school, there was something called chaebol in Korea. Chaebol, which means physical punishment in English. Now, if you've been following my channel for a long time, you might remember of a word chaebol, or if you're interested in Korea in general, you might know this word chaebol. And chaebol and chaebol are different words. They're totally different. Chaebol means a large family-owned business conglomerate. That's chaebol, and chaebol means physical punishment. Now, when I was in high school and before that, chaebol, the physical punishment, was accepted by the society. And whenever students did something wrong, sorry about that, guys. A phone call from my fiance. Anyways, when I was back in high school, chaebol, the physical punishment, was accepted by the society. And whenever students did something wrong, teachers would hit the student's palm with a ruler or a stick, and that was very normal. It was common, and no student would tell their parents that, oh, this teacher hit me today on the palm, this teacher did this to me. That's because, it was accepted by the society, and the parents would just say, like, well, you must have done something wrong, that's why the teacher hit you, so it's your fault. So back then, no students would tell their parents about, hitting their palms with a stick or ruler. And some teachers took the advantage of being a teacher and just beat the shit out of students, when they're really upset. And I know that is very wrong. That is very wrong. But it happened. I saw many many of my friends at school, getting beaten up by the teachers. Some teachers used to like slap the students and kick students. That happened back then. But since 2011, the physical punishment became illegal, by the law. So since 2011, it became illegal. Until nowadays, teachers are not allowed to touch the students, and that's when students started to slowly not behave. And I see crazy stuff on the internet, with the students' behavior these days. They just don't respect the teachers. And even when they do something wrong, teachers just cannot do anything about it. They just have to leave the students. And that's a big stress for them, for the teachers. But that is not the main point over here. The real big, stress, what makes the teachers commit suicide and suffer from depression, is the abusive parents these days. What I see with the parents these days is that many of them seem to overreact their children. For example, teachers nowadays cannot, tell the parents when their children do something wrong. For example, let's say a teacher found a child, bullying another student. So the teacher would call the bully's parents and would tell them, "I'm sorry, but your child is bullying another child, and we need to talk about this, blah blah blah." And many parents would say, "What do you know about my child? He's the nicest child, in the world. What do you know about him or her? Are you sure it's him who bullied this guy?" And be like, you're the teacher, so you have to educate my child. It's your fault that my child is bullying another child, and blah blah blah. And just say bullshit basically. And that's what's ruining their children even more. They have to accept that when their children do something wrong, they have to accept it and educate them, not just like protect them. And children are smart, and they know that whatever they do, they won't get punished, so they just become worse. Anyways, abusive parents are the main reason for the increasing depression of the teachers, and increasing suicide rate of the teachers. For example, last year there was a big incident in Korea because a young lady teacher, I think she was 24, something like that, 26 maybe, she committed suicide. And she was a elementary school teacher, and she worked at an area called Seocho in Seoul. And Seocho is one of the richest areas in Seoul. And a lot of people, and she committed suicide because of the abusive parents, and a lot of people were really upset about this, and they sent tons of flowers to this school, and there were big protests for weeks or maybe for months. I don't really remember. And they really wanted the police to investigate this incident and punish the abusive parents. 그런데 이 사건이 무혐의가 났죠, 제가 알기로. 사건이 무혐의가 난 걸로 알고 있어요. I'm sorry, I don't know the word 무혐의 in English. And of course, people were really upset about this. A teacher died, a young lady, 24, because of abusive parents. But, you know, 무혐의? That doesn't make sense. And this information might not be 100%, so it's better for you to do the research. And there were rumors like, oh, maybe these parents must be like really rich, you know, they bribed the police or blah blah blah. Of course, these are all rumors, so I don't really know what happened, but yeah. And that is only a rumor, but it makes sense here in Korea, because in Korea you can do anything, everything with money. There's a saying in Korea, it's called 우전 무죄, which means with money, not guilty, no money, guilty. I think that's the best way to explain in English. So basically means if you have money, you're not guilty. You know, you can get away with everything. If you don't have money, you are guilty. Yeah. So what do abusive parents do to the teachers? And these are the things I've heard. And I'm not a teacher, so maybe these are not 100% correct, but these are what I've heard. Some parents would even tell the teacher what to dress. Like, you're a teacher, so you should not dress like this. You know, this is not good for my child. You know, looking at you dress like with like short skirt or whatever. And things like, I saw you at a bar. You know, these are texts from parents. I saw you at a bar, you know, dressed up like, not like a teacher. That's not good for, you know, for the children. So what? It's after school. Well, teachers cannot have a drink in a bar. You know, why do they even care? And also, parents text their like children's homeroom teacher late at night, you know, asking for this, asking for that, blah blah blah. And of course, these are like extreme, crazy, you know, examples, but these things happen. Those are the things what make teachers suffer from depression and commit suicide. And of course, I don't know how abusive they are, because I'm not a teacher and I have no experience about this. But the suicide rates is increasing every year, and depression rate is also increasing every year. So that must mean these parents are really abusive. You know, that's what I think. And also, please write down the comments if you have ever worked in a hagwon here in Korea. So hagwon is basically like academy place that students go to after school for more studying. Please share your stories if you have ever worked in a hagwon as a teacher, and let us know what it's like. Is it difficult? Is it like stressful? Because I'm not a teacher, so I don't really know what's going on. I forgot to film the most important part of all my videos, which is the ending. So I'm gonna end the video here today, everyone. Thank you for watching my video once again. See you next time. Bye bye.